My stepmom called the police on me for threatening her children because I refused to babysit them for free. For years, I believed I had the most incredible parents anyone could ask for. They found me at 6 months old, abandoned in a public bathroom, just a tiny baby wrapped in a blanket. They were only 18 living at home, and they fought their own parents tooth and nail to take me in. For over a decade, they were my whole world, the most amazing people I'd ever met. But then, on my 12th birthday, my entire life shattered into a million pieces. Social workers showed up at our door, and they started asking these random, horrifying questions about my foster dad touching me, laying hands on me. No matter how many times I screamed no, they just refused to let up. They told me I was lying. At one point, they flat out said I was a victim of assault, and the sooner I admitted it, the better. I remember one of the male workers grabbing my wrist so hard it made me whimper, and my dad, bless him, he lunged at the guy. Of course, they took that as a sign of him being violent, and before I knew it, I was being stuffed into their car, driven away from everything I knew. We drove for over 3 agonizing hours. My heart was pounding the whole time, my stomach in knots. We finally pulled up to this massive, cold-looking house. My new fosters, Peter and Jess, greeted me. They looked mean, genuinely cold. The first thing they did, wiped my phone clean. Just like that, all my contacts, all my photos, everything gone. They showed me to my room, which was right next to their biological daughter Sophia's nursery. Sophia was 4, and she had really bad asthma. Family helps family, Jess said, her voice devoid of warmth. You're older, so you'll be helping with Sophia. Then she handed me her medicine schedule and showed me how to use her nebulizer. That night, they dragged me to some country club gala. The designer clothes they dressed me in gave my skin this horrible allergic reaction, but they just wrapped the rashes in band-aids and called it good. At the gala, they paraded me around like some trophy, telling everyone I was the poor foster child they'd saved from an abusive, neglectful home. When people asked about the bandages, they'd sympathetically nod and say, "Oh, that was her old foster parents doing." The next morning, I dared to ask if I could just be driven back to my old home, just to get my things. Jess slapped me. Hard. "Say their name one more time," she hissed. "I'll make it worse." The next week, I started school. It was private, expensive, and the kids seemed nice, but I couldn't be friends with them. Peter and Jess had taken my phone just in case I tried to contact my real parents. And after school, every single day, I had to full story video added in below.